Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? Expecting the unexpected. Being prepared. So when you're prepared, it's not really unexpected to when you have to resort to that other tactic that you had to use. You know what I mean? So what kind of brings me to this subject today was just diving in around on some of my own situations and a couple other beings who I've communicated with recently, and just understanding how much easier you can make life for yourself once you understand that there's only two teams in this spiritual battle. Once you understand these things, you already know where to place someone's perspective at. It's either going to be on this side or that side. There is no in the middle or in between. So when you are properly planning to prevent poor performance, expecting the unexpected, you are basically playing chess, and you have a move for this move if they go here. You have a move for this move if they go here. You have a move for if you move here and then they move a piece here, you already have another counter to it, a piece for that. So when people say expect the unexpected, it's a great way of just kind of telling yourself to always be prepared, you know. And we can prepare ourselves for our physical reactions a lot easier than we can for our spiritual reactions and responses that we have from within. And those will be the trickiest ones that you will have to deal with. But the huge key ingredient in understanding is the more you practice it, the better you become. So the only hard part with that is, which is going to be extremely hard, it's the only way to practice is by putting yourself in situations. And saying that just reminds me of a lot of us who, you know, unknowingly lined up into certain situations, but more so for the teachers, those of us who are teaching the ones around us and just trying to teach everybody that we possibly can. And even if it's not teaching, we can just say, you know, just spreading the knowledge and information. You don't even have to say it's teaching. We just spreading the knowledge, you know. So, but in order for us to learn and to become better teachers, we have to put ourselves in situations also and experience. We could sit around and have conferences with all the other teachers and kind of exchange experiences and ideas, which is helpful on a very huge degree. But you have the but. You always have your emotional responses and reactions to things, which is always going to determine the process that you take. You know, so how you're engaging, how you're interacting, how you're taking on the whole shebang. So for me, when I'm dealing with certain beings and entities out here, once I already figured out what team they're on, whether I'm engaging with them or not engaging with them, I know what to expect. Whether it's somebody, let's say it's somebody that's, you know, that's don't do things with ill intentions, but they follow the system. So I know that the root of their ingredients of information is coming from the witchy team. No, they don't have ill intentions, but I know that the root source of their information that they're spewing to me, or their responses, the words that they're using, how they're choosing to use their words, you can tell where they're receiving their information from, or where they're choosing to get their information from, which is not over here where we're at. You know, so when I engage with certain beings, I try to be mindful of understanding that it is a spiritual war, and everybody doesn't do things with ill intentions, but you will have friction in the process as well still, just because you have the other ones who are, you know, just following the things that the Matrix is saying and all the information that they're putting out there for us. So I know that they don't have ill intentions, but they are not diving deep enough to inform themselves of other angles as well, because we're in a day and age of information. So even when we talk about the ones who are not doing things with ill intention, why are you still in the space that you're in and not knowledgeable or gaining more knowledge? Because I know you have a TikTok. I'm pretty sure you have an Instagram or a Facebook. You're gonna have one of those three. So if you have one of those three, there's no reason for you not to be diving in and trying to learn more about self and learning more about what's going on out here, so you can actually help yourself and the beings around you as well. So that's what I mean by, and why I like to agree with the statement of expect the unexpected, because it's only unexpected to the people who are unaware. But for us who are aware, we know words are spells, spells are real. So it's not really expecting the unexpected. It's just properly planning. You know, that's, you can change and maneuver the words around. It's properly planning. So I know when I engage with certain beings what kind of vibrations I'm going to get. I know what kind of responses I'm going to get. I know that if I talk about certain subjects, certain beings is going to get quiet, because they are not allowed to engage in those kind of conversations. But I know if I'm talking about entertainment and other things of that nature, they are full of life and they can engage full wholeheartedly, to where they are trying to pull me in to get me to even forget about my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing. So expecting the unexpected is going to be proper planning. Proper planning. Organization. I tell you all the time before, I'm not the best at organization, but I am about 60 to 70% on the scale. I give myself 60 to 70%. I am still missing a huge 30 to 40. That 30 to 40 of non-organization on my part is huge, and I'm working on it. We all got shit we working on. I'm just saying, like, these are one of the things that I am working on, is organization. So it's not like I'm super unorganized, but it's, you know, we can all use work. So I know for me, I can do better the more organized I get. So it just makes more sense to me. So that's why I put the percentages where they're at. So just being aware, you know, of the beings that you're dealing with and engaging with, and just knowing what place they're coming from. It don't have to be from ill intentions, but just know that they're using the other team's playbook. They're getting the other team's information. They're downloading the other team's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, that's why it's always a weird space when you engage with them and you're trying to give them information or enlighten them, and then they're trying to, like, you feel their energy isn't to hurt you, but they really don't want to believe you or take in the information that they're trying to give you. They have to be willing to, for one, and for two, they are the sheep that have to go with the majority. So if the majority isn't doing it, that's why they have to fight it so hard. They have to fight it hard because the majority isn't doing it. You don't see all the sheeps when you see videos or pictures, or if you're out there in the fields, have them all scattered. They all bunched in, they all usually herding and moving together. There's not too many that's scattered out and that's moving around, because they all have to be in sync together. And when they're in sync together, it's making their energy more powerful. I'm not saying it's making it the most powerful, but, you know, it's like anything. Like if you do a chant, a prayer, a seance, it don't matter when you start putting those, you know, your throat chakra, you're starting to create that vibration. If it's not just me saying this one thing and somebody saying it with me, it's creating a higher, bigger vibration. So it's no different when you look at the approach from over on that side too. So that's why I like to say everything is strategic out here in this war, because you'll have people do things like, will do some witchy shit to you, right, one day, and then the next day they turn around and they're fucking rewarding you or something. Like, this shit be so weird, but I understand the cycles. And whether it's male or female, I know what's going on out here now, so it makes it harder to put me in a confusing state. Now, that doesn't mean that the attempts doesn't have small effects, because when the attempts happen, it's like, oh shit, like, it's like if somebody swing on you, it's like, oh shit, somebody just swung on me. It's like it don't hit you, but you still weaved it, you know, you still had a reaction to it, and it was like, and it had made you feel like, oh, should you return something back, or should you just kind of chill them out, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when you have to figure out, all right, is this a little motherfucker or is this a big motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody you feel like taking sides really doesn't matter, but I know to some beings it's a thing, you know what I'm saying? But when you in that space and that shit is happening, you just have to be prepared to manage your energy, focus on your breathing. When you are in the game, your breathing will be huge. That's why most sports, they have you running to focus and get your breathing together. Your breathing and being able to focus, and when I say focus, I don't mean like you just put all your focus on it, like, oh, that's the only thing in the world that matters. Like, no, it just means like when, like if you running real fast, you get tired. That shit almost fucked my throat. You start breathing real fast, you're focused on your breath. You're like, oh damn, I just want to get my shit together real quick. But after that, you're able to, all right, now you can walk around. You don't have to have your chest down, your head down, all these things. So that's what I mean by when I say that. But you expect the unexpected by just being prepared and knowing where their playbooks are coming from. They don't have to have ill intentions to follow this playbook. That's what I need a lot of us to understand, is they don't have to do things with ill intentions for them to be using that playbook. You know what I mean? They're still using it, so it's still having some kind of cause and effect. But I ain't want to run it up too long, you know what I'm saying? Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.